Good morning and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this morning. Isn't it a fantastic Tuesday? The sun is out, it's looking pretty warm out there today, and I'm going on a little day trip up the coast, I think, today. Celtic news this morning, we want to talk about a few things. Adam Ida, has been suggested that Adam Ida is going to cost Celtic around about £5 million. Yeah, don't spit your breakfast out straight away. It's been suggested by a Norwich site that the fact that he's doing really well at Celtic is because he's finally getting a good run of games. So he's got the confidence just now. If he does come back, people are saying that they'll be happy. And if they let him go, it's not the end of the world, they're saying. But the issue is they can't see them getting much for Adam Ida. Adam Ida is probably going to cost around about £5 million, which isn't much, but every little bit helps, he says. Is Adam Ida worth £5 million to Celtic? Tell me in the comments. Rio Hatate has been out for since the beginning of January, since he was away at the Asia Cup. He did come home early from the Asia Cup because he damaged his Achilles. What is it about calves in Celtic just now? He damaged both his calves, and Callum McGregor is out with both his calves also. Is there something that Celtic are doing wrong in training? Because it seems to be an ongoing situation with players that, I mean, even Cameron Carter-Vickers had an Achilles problem earlier this season, as well as his hamstring. And is it something in the fitness side of it that they aren't doing correct at Celtic, or is it just, it has to be something. Anyway, the Japanese midfielder looks to be set to return before the Rangers game. It looks as if he will be returning before the Rangers game. Will he get him back in time? He's been sorely missed. Will he be as good a player when he comes back? Because let's face it, when you're out for any length of time, you need to sort of catch up with the rest of the players, or will he come back? The 26-year-old will be involved going forward against Livingston, it's been suggested. Anyway, Gustav Lagerbielke. I want to talk about Gustav because maybe it's a thing. He had the opportunity to leave Celtic. And we all know what happened there. Celtic pulled the plug on the transfer. And maybe it was a good thing because the manager that was wanting to buy Gustav Lagerbielke has been sacked. He's been sacked. He's been sacked for headbutting an opposing player. Sign him for Celtic. He's a Celtic manager. He's been sacked after he headbutted Thomas Henry. The incident happened on the pitch at the end of their 1-0 loss at home to Verona. Talking about Gustav Lagerbielke has been suggested is on 14 grand a week. 14 grand a week at Celtic. Lewis Palmer is meant to be on 6 grand a week. And we don't seem to be playing Gustav Lagerbielke. Liam Scales is reportedly on 5 grand a week. Mark Rocky, big Mark Rocky, he's on 12 grand a week. It's a fantastic amount of money by any means, and 12 to 14 grand a week is something that a lot of us just think, Jesus, that's pipe dream stuff. But I know, unfortunately, I do know a lot of people that do earn that kind of money in the real world also, online, which is fantastic for them. But Gustav Lagerbielke has taken to Instagram. He has taken to Instagram, and I'm going to show you this little video of Gustav Lagerbielke. So this video was put out by Gustav Lagerbielke's agents, by the looks of it, and it seems to be a montage of all his best bits of the season. And it says Lagerbielke is ready for the final stage of the season. Hashtag Celtic, hashtag Celtic FC, hashtag football, hashtag footballer, hashtag footballer. And it's an interesting one because it does see him scoring that goal that was scored in the Champions League. Yes, Gustav Lagerbielke scored the goal in the Champions League. And it shows a lot of good play, just like all these montages that you see on YouTube and stuff. And when you look at them, you're like, this is a fantastic player. And when you look at them, I mean, there's a nice pass that he's come into the midfield, and obviously it picks out the best bits. But why isn't Gustav Lagerbielke getting a shout before the likes of Stephen Welsh? Is it because Stephen Welsh is Scottish and the manager knows him from his time before? We all know that the manager says to Gustav that he wasn't good enough and he wanted him out of Celtic. For a young player that came into Celtic from foreign lands, and he was the best defender in their league. Let's not forget that before he came to Celtic. He was the best defender in their league. So what is going on with Gustav Lagerbielke? A lot of the comments saying, being treated unfairly, and I apologise on behalf of all Celtic fans. I want to see you play more, says Scott. There's another one. Honestly, I wish Rodgers would give him a chance. Anything better than just now. And next week, is it a cry for give me more game time? Now, remember the last time a Celtic player did this type of thing, it was the Grumpy Greek, and he was pretty much sold in the next transfer window. Is it the fact that Gustav Lagerbielke is like, well, if you want me, play me. It's as simple as that. If you want me, play me. If not, let me go and play football. The young lad just wants to go and play football. Celtic had deemed him surplus to the requirements. They had one foot out the door. He was on his way to the airport by all accounts. He was ready to jump ship and go to Italy, which he thought was going to be his dream move, although the manager did get sacked for headbutting someone this week. But is Gustav Lagerbielke being treated fairly by Celtic? Another one says, how is this guy not playing? I have no idea. Another one says, needs more game time, top player. And then another one, the lad's not been given a fair shot, like our other centre backs. The call can only be on Rodgers. I'm not going to get into a whole dig at Rodgers thing for this, but is this a direct shout to Celtic? Is it a direct thing by his agency to get a deal going for the summer? And is it a way of saying to other teams, look, this is where this player can play, come and get him, he's up for grabs? And is that all it is? Is it all it is? There's one thing for sure, the current manager doesn't seem to like him, and I don't understand why, because I think he never done much wrong at the start of the season. You got to remember, as a young lad, he was brought in, we had a bit of an injury crisis at the start of the season. The only thing he'd done wrong was got sent off in the Champions League. There's lots of players that have been sent off in their, over the past that have played for Celtic, and they've still went on to have fantastic careers. Is it the fact that Brendan Rodgers didn't like him, Taylor disliked him, or is it the fact that he isn't maybe as good as what we think? And maybe these type of montages that you see on YouTube, and like this one by his agency on Instagram, it's just a way of just promoting them to make look good. Because after all, Celtic have signed some absolutely woeful players in the past that have looked absolutely fantastic on the likes of YouTube. So tell me your thoughts in the comments on that. Now, talking about all things Celtic, Celtic did let out a little teaser last night, saying ready for 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. And being St. Patrick's weekend this weekend, tell me what year this top was. Yes, this is an original top, and it still fits me. Does your top from all this time ago still fit you? Tell me in the comments. And the fact is, it is St. Patrick's Day this weekend. And look out for a fantastic video, because I'm going to be doing a video from St. Patrick's Day Parade, which is the biggest parade outside Ireland. And I'm going to be putting that up on this channel. There will be a video going up, and there's expected to be 20,000 people at this St. Patrick's Day Parade here in Spain. It is the biggest St. Patrick's Day Parade outside Ireland. So keep a watch out for that video over the weekend. Anyway, Celtic have taken to Twitter this morning. As we all know how Celtic like fleecing the fans. We'll just call it what it is. We'll call it what it is. Fleecing the fans. Celtic did make £34 million in the last year, in the last season, with merchandise. And they have released a new merchandise this morning. All about Ireland. It's all about Ireland, let's face it. And it's a nice green top, a nice green Adidas top, and it is all about celebrating everything Irish. Because let's not remember, and let's not forget, should we say, Celtic are an Irish-backed club. We have a fantastic support from Ireland still to this day. And you've got to remember, these guys that come over from Ireland on the buses, I mean, it's all fine you driving to Celtic Park, and I've got a lot of respect, and I know quite a few of the guys that run buses from Ireland, and I've got a lot of respect for those guys. They leave way early in the morning. Even if you've got a nighttime game, they're leaving at 9 o'clock in the morning. Even if it's a midweek game at night, their buses are leaving in the morning. They do overnight trips. They spend more money than the average Celtic fan going to games, and yet people bemoan some of the things that come out from these fantastic supporters that we do have from Ireland. And I've got to say, the Celtic range that's come out, I'm going to admit it. I'm going to buy it. Of course I'm going to buy it. It's a cracking Adidas top. It's some fantastic Adidas sport. I'm liking that one, actually. The hoodie. Yeah, I'm liking that. It's going to cost me a fortune. It's going to cost me a fortune. Then, now and always, Irish. Chucky Allah. And on that note, have a fantastic day, Celtic fans all around the world.